They don't play at 12:30 no more on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they
What's
do.
up? It says 1 p.m. start now. What's up with that?
Oh, that's nasty. I didn't
That's what I'm
know.
saying. What's up with that?
Right, I'm usually eating like the 12:30. Right, my mom's be on it. Like,
Bro,
damn.
12:30 is when the game starts.
Yeah, 1 o'clock now. Such a
Look at that.
such. I didn't peep that. Wow, that's wow.
I'm literally just peeping that right now because I'm looking at just I want to see what the line was for Packers Lions, and that literally says 1 p.m. That's nasty.
1 p. They like stop playing, nigga. We need a little more rest. Everybody needs 30 more minutes of rest, man. Chill off, niggas, yo. The 4:30 a.m. cats. The
Nah, but the 12:30 is a staple on Thanksgiving.
right, no doubt, yo. What's wrong with them? How could they do that, NFL? Oh, my bad, wrong drop. How could you do that, NFL?
That's nasty.
How could you do that? All right. Damn, I don't know why that didn't work. All right, let's get into it. Media Markets, we're in the building. November the 25th, 2025, 9:06 p.m. A few hours before midnight, or a couple hours plus a little bit more. Guess a couple hours, 53 minutes. If I'm being tactical about mine, but yes, we're here. Media Markets. I'm your guy in the building. Got my guy Paris with me.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
And
Happy to be
then
here.
making a second appearance. It is how many more days? 2 days before Thanksgiving. I gotta remind myself not to lean out. We got a different view this time around. So,
Okay.
but yes, we're here in the building, November the 25th, 2025. So a lot of things going on right now. My Orlando Magic are playing right now, so we'll touch about that. NBA, seeing what's happening around the NBA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's playing no fourth quarters. Guy doesn't play the fourth, so we'll talk about all things happening around the NBA. NFL as well, kind of getting ready for Thursday night football or Thursday football. Three total games, as we just noticed. One of those starts at 1 p.m., usually 12:30, but we move. I'll talk what's happening. Some sports media news, some Netflix news, hip hop Netflix news. Talk some hip hop anniversaries and more. We're in the building, November 25th, 2025. Media Market Stream couple days away from Thanksgiving. But yes, man, let's talk NBA, Paris. Let's see what's going on around the NBA right now. Let's give some live scores and updates to shout out to the Wizards, man. I got a Capital One Arena thing on. But yeah, the Wizards. Wizards right now up 132 to 101 over the Atlanta Hawks in DC. CJ McCollum going crazy. 46 points, 10 made 3-point shots right now, and this will be the first Wizards win in the Cup Series, right?
I mean, it has to be. I think they lost like 14 straight coming into tonight, so they don't got too many wins handing out. But CJ 46 is insane. I mean, shout out to the NBA PA Vice President CJ McCollum.
Yeah, that's bananas. Look, like CJ just put on a show. Like I guess you know what though. I started to hear that within the offices today. Right? Usually I don't talk about the team's record. I don't. I just hear we just push out these events, get them done, et cetera, et cetera. Today I started hearing whispers about how bad this Wizards team has been. I think they've lost however many straight in the teens, and then also they haven't won an NBA Cup game yet. And I started to hear people talk about that within the office today. And now look at that, man. Look at that. CJ McCollum put the team on the back.
Nah, the Wizards are 1-15 right now.
Yeah.
That is actually insane. But cats do get up in NBA Cup games, and I didn't, and I think that is a W for the NBA. And I didn't know, who knows like what millionaires get up for in terms of incentives wise. But when cats are talking about NBA Cup, they get up in the NBA Cup games, which is dope.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, those courts are beautiful. I love the courts.
Yeah, of course
I
it's
really
fire.
do. I saw the day they had a pregame with some kids playing, teenagers, high school, and I was like, they're on this court before the team. That's what I love. But
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, shout out to the Wizards though, getting it done. Looks like they're going to get their first. What is it called? It's called I just call it the Cup.
the Cup Series
The
comes
Cup
something like that.
Series. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Cup Series, getting their first Cup Series win. I mean, let's not say it yet. Well, maybe we'll double back at the end of this because I've seen crazier thing happen in the NBA. But Orlando Magic, my beloved Orlando Magic, up 68 to 52 over the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm mad because I'm like, yo, I wanted to go to a six. I'm just saying I'm going to go to Philly for a Sixers game. I just want to visit
mm,
Philly, period. This would have been a good time a couple days before Thanksgiving. But yes, Anthony Black, 25 points off the bench.
Wow.
Four made 3-point shots before halftime. He's the leading scorer in the game. That's simple. So shout out to him. Tyrese Maxey, 9 points, 3 of 9 from the field. Defensively, Orlando has been playing much better lately. So I love to see that. And Lakers Clippers coming up tonight at 11 p.m. Good Lord. 11 p.m. Eastern. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
No,
It is what it is.
they hate the East Coast guys, the East Coast
Right.
cats.
They like,
That's
listen,
dirty.
and it's a holiday week. Y'all will be all right. So that's the latest in the NBA tonight. The Pistons, though. I mean, I talked about it briefly last night on what's the line? I'm not what's the line. Media Markets here stream, but 13 straight, man. What are your thoughts on them right now?
You know, me and the other day, me and my pops were talking about we're talking about the Pistons that they're like won like 12 straight at the time, and he had mentioned like I told you last year after they played the we're both Knicks fans, so we were very in tune to the Knicks Pistons series. It's like they're gonna take a leap, and it looks like they've absolutely taken that leap this year where Cade's ascending, Duran is playing very well. I like the Pistons. Pistons are tough. They're gonna be the East is wild right now too. So I mean, they have a good chance of anybody. The Raptors have also won like 8 straight right now. I mean, the East is wide open. It's waiting for someone to take it for. I know the Bulls kind of started early. They ran back to the mean immediately, but the East is wide open. So I'm excited for the NBA this year for sure.
Yeah, I mean that. Listen, the Pistons. I just naturally love Jalen Duran because he's
Yeah, he's a
a guy
dog.
who plays in the post. He's gonna get you a double double. He's tough, all about his business. So I mean, he definitely is one of my faves. When you talk about Cade Cunningham, it's the #1 overall pick in what 2021 draft.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, he plays with a certain toughness. I seen that he had a kid when he was about 16, and he plays like it.
Adjust the ranks. I did not know that. I did not know
Yeah,
that. That's a factor.
he plays like it. He plays listen, he plays with an attitude. This is a Detroit Pistons team that has a championship DNA. I mean, right? They've done
Mm,
this in '04, 1989, 1990. So they have those championships. And I also saw that I certainly know the '04 team, they had a 13 winning game streak. And then
mm,
I think one of the either 89 or 90 teams also had a 13 game winning streak. So they're in really good company right now. This current Detroit Pistons team, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran. I'm super impressed. So I'm like,
yeah.
yo, these boys ain't playing. I'm an Orlando fan. I'm just thinking Wendell Carter, love you, brother, but Jalen Duran, like I don't. That's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one.
And you know, and the basketball is so much more about the versus other sports. You know, basketball is like one cat out of five, so one player can have like a overwhelming influence on the game. And Kate Cunningham, he'd be the best player on the court for any given game. So once you're the best player on the court, potentially, you could. I mean, the sky's the limit for the Pistons right now.
Absolutely. If you're in Detroit right now, you got your buffs on, you're feeling good. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It's love. What else is going around the NBA? I mean, Houston continues to win. They're doing their thing. They beat Phoenix last night, 114-92. Is this a team that could take home a championship this season?
I think so. Again, same principle. You got the best player on the court any given night with Kevin Durant, and you got Sengun, you got young talent. The thing about the Rockets, they present a lot of challenges, unique challenges, where I think like the whole starting five is like 6'9" with like aside from the point guard, or whatever, but like they're all like 6'9" lengthy athletes. And then you got we were just talking about before we went live, but we're talking about Ime. Ime is a hell of a coach. I mean, so I mean, I don't. That'd definitely be a tough out. I don't know who would be a favorite over them right now, coming out of the West. I mean, besides Oklahoma City looks like a juggernaut. But aside from them, I don't. And you got Kevin Durant. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, I was high on this Rockets team coming into the season. I got this little shorty I know, like she's like been, adapting basketball a little more, and she's like, "Oh, I like the
Mm.
Rockets." Like, "Oh, let's catch a game," type of thing. So, I mean, I definitely got a lot. Obviously, it's Kevin Durant. You said who? You know who he is. He's Kevin Durant. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of history there coming from, he just grew up right up the street from where I'm at right now. So, there's a lot of history there. But Ime, I'm a very big Ime Udoka fan. Like, yo, he's a tough coach. He's going to hold his players accountable. He's the no nonsense. I always love the no nonsense coaches. You know what I mean? I'm
Mm.
still waiting for Antonio Pierce to get a new gig. Clearly, it wasn't him, Raiders. Look, look in the fucking mirror. All right. So, I always like those type of tough nosed coaches. Keep it very black and white with you, no gray area with them. So, I definitely think they're in a poised position. Amen Thompson, very he fits the mold, right? Serious
Yeah.
guy, young dude, one to like prove he's not afraid of anybody. None of these guys are. So, Steven Adams, who's Steven Adams afraid of?
Facts.
There is no one. So I definitely like the toughness of that team, the DNA. And I definitely think they can compete for a championship, certainly be right there in the thick of things. But when you talk about one of those teams, obviously the defending champions, Oklahoma City Thunder, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the boys for league MVP last season, not playing a ton of fourth quarters. The thing, I mean, I don't know how many fourth quarters it is that he's not played. They're blowing teams out. We've seen that. I mean, I think the last time I really saw that was the 2016 Warriors. We know
Mm.
how that ended up, although I don't think that really affected them from that area. But, I mean, will this come back to kind of haunt them later in the season, later in the playoffs? I mean, we know this team's won already, but so did those Warriors already. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't think it'll be a detriment in any kind of way. I mean, I think for them, because mind you, they're doing those other second best player as well. Jalen Wins, I don't believe it's played yet this season, and he was made the third team, or I'm not sure, but he made an All NBA team last year. So I mean, they're getting they're going 11, 12 deep. Cats are playing, cats are having a fun, having a blast, and they're balling. I mean, so any kind of wear and tear. Because Shea just went, obviously won 7 games last year with the Joker, 7 games in the finals, then played the Olympics, and I think they placed in the Olympics. So I mean, he's been playing a lot of basketball for the past couple of years. I mean, anytime you can get him some rest, granted he's still a young dude, young man, but I mean, I don't think that hurts. And he's not playing because they're spanking cats. I mean, they're going BTA on the whole league right now. So I think they were projected right now on its current pace, which is a torrent pace, so they probably cannot maintain. But right now they're pacing for like 77 victories, which is like clears the all-time record by 4 games. So I mean, OKC straight right now. I think everyone else needs to worry about themselves. OKC, they're doing their thing.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're the champs. Well, you know me, champion. You
Yeah.
can't take that away ever, dog. Like I saw. I mean, I want to. Quickly. I guess I can kind of segue this segue guy here, Media Marcus. But yes, I mean, I was thinking about I saw Joe Dumars recently, right, champion,
Mm,
and I was like, what capacity did I see him in because he's New Orleans president or GM. He's in control of the Pelicans roster stuff like that, and obviously Derek Queen has really been coming on. He's been playing phenomenal. Another Maryland cat, and yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about the fact that Joe Dumars is, they gave up a first round pick, right? They don't have their first round pick this season. The Pelicans don't.
oh
They
wow.
traded for Derek Queen. I think people are kind of like talking about that now. Some NBA talk. So they do not have their first round pick this season. I think they gave it up in the Derek Queen trade. And I mean, as a person for me, Orlando fan, just traded all these picks for Desmond Bain. Fuck them picks. It's really about like phenomenal players, and I think they got a really special talent in Derek Queen. I mean, what
Hmm.
have you seen from my guy Tim Duncan? Loves him as well, right behind me. But what are you thinking about his performances so far?
I mean, Derek Queen's a baller, and uh, you Cat said no ball. If you listen to like other NBA players talk about him, like they definitely speak very high of him in kind of glowing fashion. So I think you're right about the pick. I think they had like a mid-teens pick, and then they acquired that from like the Hawks, something like that, for a 2026 like unprotected mid-teens pick, which I think would look very unfavorable at the time. Very unfavorable only because. they're not projected to be a very good roster or have a very good season this year. So it's like that pick you're trading could be, a top whatever pick, and to get that. But obviously, Dumars believes in Derek Queen enough, which is early, granted pretty early on the season, but has proved dividends, and he looks like he can be a force, like actual, like, solidified, bona fide NBA player. So I'm not mad at all, but sometimes people get pick paralyzed. The player we draft next year could turn to be Derek Queen. So you could just draft Derek Queen right now. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not mad at it.
yeah. I'm looking at. I mean, we talked about Joe Dumars, championship type of DNA. He's been around. I mean, he was a part of that '04 Pistons team as
Yeah.
well,
Hmm.
acquiring the talent there, trading for Rasheed Wallace, bringing in Chauncey Billups, all of those guys, Rip Hamilton as well. So I mean, it just kind of has that DNA. And I mean, this is what they gave up to get Derek Queen. So Derek Queen went 13th overall. They traded the Hawks their 23rd pick in that 2025 draft and a 2026 unprotected first round pick. So no
Mm.
matter where they finish, the Hawks will have their pick. And it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
it's one pick. Like, cool. We got Derek Queen. I think, and especially with the trouble that they had with Zion in the past, just really trying to find that franchise guy and have him there every day and all of that. I think they got a special one with
Tw-
Derek Queen.
20 years later, how many more championships? I mean, and the number could be zero, but how many more championships do they win if they take Melo over Darko Milicic?
Hmm.
The players contend that it didn't matter,
Not in
but
'04, sure.
yeah, they're
But
talking
you
about like,
talk,
in the '03 draft taking Milicic over Melo.
they win one more.
Hmm.
They win one more. When you think about that Pistons team, what they were '05 against the Spurs, somebody that could really just make shots, get them over the hump. They were right there with LeBron when he was ascending, and LeBron dropped however many. How many dropped LeBron drop
It dropped,
consecutive?
it dropped 25 straight, 27 out of 29, something like that.
25
Insane.
straight, right? And then what are the Pistons doing? They're playing slow ball. They're trying to play, but Melo could have kind of got them a little bit over that hump, especially in that
Yeah.
second or third year. So I think they could have got
Hmm.
one more.
And Melo came in super ready. I mean, he was a wolf animal day
Yeah.
one.
I don't think him and Larry Brown would have meshed too well. But but especially in his younger days. But
I
I
mean,
definitely think they could have got one more.
they didn't mesh well in the '04 Olympics. Larry Brown and Melo I mean, Larry Brown didn't like any of those guys, but yeah, I could definitely see that marriage going pretty sour pretty quick.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'm not
that's
mad. I'm not mad one more, but I mean, it's the fact that Darko Milicic was literally just like a net zero. Didn't
yeah.
didn't really provide anything ever, and Melo was obviously one of the best players ever. So
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's a very good question. That's a really good NBA like basketball cat kind of question for sure. Let me see what we got here. Let's move on to some news. Then we'll talk some NFL at the end. Let's talk some sports news.
let's do
Shout out to L Duncan. New gig alert. L Duncan, new gig alert. Yahoo Sports is reporting ESPN's L Duncan is set to step in as a new face of Netflix's sport division per the Athletic HQ. So that's the latest on L Duncan. We know what she's done with ESPN over the last feels like decade or so. Maybe maybe it's a little under that. But she's been putting in her work there at ESPN for some time. Now she's been chosen for this role with Netflix. Netflix is going to be big. They only do very big productions, and she's going to be the face of that. So I can only imagine how that feels. Coming from someone who's in this media space, working my
it.
way up. You get that opportunity. You're the face. When people talk about Netflix sports division, however many years from now, like they do ESPN when they bring up Rich Eisen back in the day, and I'm forgetting the guy. The guy starts with an O last name. Keith um
Overman.
Keith Olbermann, right? Those
Yep.
guys that like initiated the ESPN run. She's going to do great things here. When you look back 20 years from now, you're going to be like, L. Duncan was a part of that Netflix to start it all. But what are your thoughts on
Hmm.
that, man?
I mean, I think it's a huge shakeup in the sports world, and it seems like it's like and not only is like obviously this huge for Netflix, Netflix doing their thing, is like they're becoming a major player in this space. But I think the immediate question, especially for ESPN content, is who's going to kind of fill her shoes at ESPN because she was obviously super involved. I think she did like actually did the six p.m. Sports Center with Nagandi, former Temple Owl. She also was like a women's college basketball host for College Game Day, and she did the WNBA countdown stuff. I mean, these are like huge front-facing, customer-facing positions that she represents that she had under her on her resume. So I think the bigger question right now, at least for ESPN, the media question, is who's gonna kind of fill those shoes in the meantime? Because she was those are four very prominent roles that she had within ESPN, and I was gonna be vacant right now. So
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they definitely ESPN. They ESPN is very interesting because they're the worldwide leader, right? And they
mm,
seem to take these little punch and lumps. We know we talk about the last week for ESPN Bet. This is it's the last
yeah,
week for them. They seem to kind of do well when it comes to, from my perspective, do well when it kind of comes to, oh, our back is against the wall. People are saying this, people are saying that, and somehow keeping the viewers tuned in. So I mean, even with like the Shannon Sharp thing and bringing
yeah,
in the Cam Newton and how much energy he's brung and the slapping the mascot and all, even like little things like that, and pivoting from ESPN, well, not pivoting from ESPN, but just pivoting from sort of all these talk shows with the Jamel Smiths and the Jamel Hills and the Michael Smiths. So like, oh,
yeah,
Pat McAfee. We see so invested in that, and I just always think they pivot well. So we'll see what they do with
yeah.
L. Duncan. Big shoes to fill though.
Yeah, and you know, Molly just left too. With ESPN. So those are two huge names in the sports media landscape, especially in representing, you know, the woman kind of being the prominent figures as well. So it'd be very interesting to see what's happening next. I think the if I had to guess right now, at least for the WNBA and college basketball stuff, probably Malika Andrews probably steps up into that role.
Yeah, a little more on her plate there from Alika.
Yeah,
But whoever gets in there is gonna be a great opportunity. I would assume they go young, right? Young, less of a salary you have to pay.
absolutely.
Opposed to a more veteran seasoned person. So we'll see what ESPN does there. But that's the latest on Elle Duncan. She's moving on. New face of Netflix sports division. Congratulations to her. That's big news. And that's the latest in sports news. And then yeah, I think another news that I got to talk about is Washington Post reporting, but DC Mayor Muriel Bowser will not seek re-election. I'm someone who works in Washington D.C. Paris, you've been around the D.C. area for some time now. This is the latest on D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser. Washington Post reporting DC Mayor Muriel Bowser would not seek re-election after a decade in power. Her exit ensures a fierce race during growing federal scrutiny of the capital's self-governance. Once again, Washington Post reporting DC Mayor Muriel Bowser will not seek re-election. She announced that today that she will not seek re-election, a decision in DC politics that will bring a close to more than a decade of her in that leadership role. But I feel like people, and this is just from my perspective, I don't actually live in DC, so I don't have to deal with too much of the guidelines. I know things that go on, but I think that she's done, I think that she's done pretty well. I mean, it's a lot that you have to be. First of all, you're a mayor of DC. It's not a tough position to be. I mean, some might say that it might lead you to hard drugs. I don't know. Some may say that, okay? It's a very tough place. It's a very tough job. You're the mayor of Washington, D.C. You got the president right over there looking over your shoulder if need be. And it's one of their smaller issues. And, really trying to give back to the people, taxation without representation. This is, it's not an easy job. She's been in there for a decade. People do vote for her. So it's not like
Definitely.
everybody this disapproval rate, but I feel like she got a lot of flack, especially over the last few years. We did see some crime increase, the YNs, and having to adjust to that and figuring out a way to deal with that. And we've seen that Trump has they're still out there. I'm around every day.
Every day.
Bringing out the what are they called?
The National Guard.
National Guard, bringing out the National Guard to kind of patrol DC. They're still out there now. It's been months. It was supposed to be 30 days. It's been months. So I mean, I'm sure there's some bigger political views or things that are going on there that are probably a little out of my preview. But yes, the mayor Mario Bowser will not seek re-election after a decade in power. And what are your thoughts on that, Paris?
So no, as not a native Washingtonian, but someone that's lived in DC but recently moved away, but still has a lot of roots in DC. I don't have the same kind of perspective or like, some feels that a lot of my other family members have had or other close friends. Like I know, like she'll never be Marion Barry. Like that's always the one I hear about. Like Marion Barry ran the city, but Maribel never lost an election, never lost. Her most recent term, which is I can speak more to, so from my experience, she definitely landed two major deals in the sports space for DC. Having the Commanders have the revitalize RFK and bring them back to DC is huge. I mean, that's huge. And then also I know the Leon's family, who owns the Capitals, was a big push to move them to Virginia, and then she
Yeah,
got them, and she got them. Then she revitalized the Capital One Arena. She brought kind of sports gaming to DC. And I know there was a Gambit initially at first, but then that didn't really
yeah.
work. But there's still sports gaming to DC. Never lost an election. I'm sure there's certain metrics that show like homelessness and is down. I know the crime rates are kind of ebbed and flowed, but I think this the second round of Trump is probably what did her in. Uh, I think it kind of really undermined her power, and then it's probably not a very enviable position to be in. Where you might turn to drugs. Who knows what's going to happen? So I mean, it's probably just a lot. I mean, it probably to do a job like that, you probably get have a certain level of, like screws loose to even want to be in a position like that. It's probably way more negative PR than positive PR that comes, and that's kind of the nature of the position. So, but I mean, she did a decade though, so shout out to Mariel, and
Yeah.
and congrats to her. What happens next? And she survived COVID. I mean, there's a lot of things that happened in the last 10 years. That's like, that's not like regular stuff. So,
Yeah.
shout out to Mariel Bowser. I don't even know who are like the popular candidates to replace her, but I'm sure there will be won't be short for a number of names. But shout out to Mariel Bowser.
Yeah, shout out to her. I mean, you put it in a really good perspective there. I kind of forgot about that point, right? And yeah, the Wizards were talking about moving to Virginia. That's where they were going to land.
Absolutely.
And this is already a team that did not have their football team there. And they were in Landover, Maryland. She brought them back to DC, the Commanders. This is a popular team with their biggest, they're kind of in their brightest era, right? In some time with
Hmm.
Jaden Daniels at the helm and others. But she did that, brought the Commanders back to DC. She leaves on that note. She also kept the Wizards in DC. Wizards and the Caps in DC. Mind you, Wizards and the Caps. Those are
Yeah,
three teams, sports teams, those three major teams that she kept in DC or brought back to DC. Those are jobs. Those are people that have somewhere to go, make money, bringing something to do to the area. And when the Commanders come back, that's major. So that's something that she leaves on. And you talk about the sports betting aspect. That's big for revenue, bringing in money for the
absolutely.
city. She did those things, and those are some things that you can, hang your hat high on. And you did those for the people of DC. I mean, if not, if we just let it all ride out, Commanders will be in Maryland, and Caps and Wizards will be in Virginia. There's a lot of people that are now going to commute there. Maybe can't have those jobs. So she did a great job. At least from that perspective, I think, like we said, it's a tough position to be in,
Hmm.
and she got to hold her head high. It's over. It's
Yeah,
over. Like you
she
did it. You got
went out
through it.
went out on top, undefeated, went on your own terms. I mean, there's a lot of worse ways to go. Shout out to
And
Mayor
get
Bowser.
Fita. What's the next? You'll get the next gig. I'm sure you'll consult, do something like.
Do something. Yeah.
Yeah, but you did it. You know, listen, I'm not too mad at it. You know what I mean? We say that's a tough position to be in. Politics is tough in itself. She did a lot for the people. She leaves on those high notes of those teams in DC. In DC, like
Yeah.
when did the Commanders come back to DC? It was Mayor Bowser who took care of that, and she's got the deal done. Oh, um there's a myth that the Wizards and the Caps might have moved to Virginia. Like, yeah, Mayor Bowser, she did not let that happen. So
Mm-hmm.
kudos to her. Very good
Statue.
measure.
Statue
Yeah.
her.
Hey, they won't do it, but for sure, I definitely agree there. All right, let's move into some entertainment news. Got a few more things to talk about before we get out of here. It's Media Markets, November the 25th, 2025, 9:36 p.m. A couple of days from Thanksgiving. I was thinking about dressing up as a turkey, but I couldn't make that. Maybe next year, yeah. Maybe I'll be on my shit. Maybe next year. I'm still getting in my groove.
Christmas a month away from today.
Wow. Perspective. Christmas is 1 month away. And I feel like people are thinking about that. They're thinking about
Get
Thanksgiving.
get the Grinch outfit popping.
Yeah. I could do something for Christmas. Yeah, I could definitely rock something. The Grinch is crazy though. But all right, let's talk 50 Cent Netflix documentary on Sean Diddy Combs. It's called The Reckoning. It premieres December 2nd. This news came out today. The shit drops next week. All right, I mean, 50 Cent has hinted at this, that there will be a documentary on Diddy, Sean Combs. It is called The Reckoning, and it's coming out on Netflix, the biggest, the biggest media platform in the business. It's coming out on Netflix, the Petty King, 50 Cent. And yeah, so it's called The Reckoning. Sean Combs, The Reckoning, from executive producer 50 Cent. This is Blex Media reporting. Netflix is set December 2nd for the premiere of Sean Combs, The Reckoning, the 4-part docuseries directed by Alexandria Stapleton and executive produced by 50 Cent, featuring exclusive interviews and never before seen footage. The series examines Combs' rise to the empire that he built and the stories that follow him. The docuseries isn't just examining Combs, it's examining us, the culture, and our habit of idolizing celebrities to the point that we ignore warning signs. So that's the latest from Blex Media. Good reporting there. Shout out to them. But yeah, man, the Petty King, 50 Cent. What are your thoughts on this, bro? Sean Diddy Combs
Yo,
documentary.
my initial
Netflix.
thoughts are, 50. I understand exactly why he got shot 9 times. Because he is like, 50 got it, dog. Like, if you ever want to be with 50, he is a level of petty and aspirations. Again, like, never lost, undefeated. That I aspire to have. I mean, if you get any guy to be with 50, 50 is gun ho on having the last laugh. And even though for a while, it seems like for years, 50's been talking about this. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Docu's coming out soon. Leche, something. So whatever alcohol he's like, whatever hashtag he has
Right.
going on at the time.
Lorando, right.
Yeah, I mean, he's always about his bread, which is what I bang with 50. He's always about his bread, which is I love. But yeah, but when it actually saw it drop today, I was like, wow. It's not on like Tubi, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix like premiere docu-series on Netflix, 4-part on Diddy.
It's
Like,
gonna be at the top of everyone's screen.
yeah, on top of everybody, that nigga is the absolutely the business mogul about his paper. I bang with 50, but I know exactly why nigga shot him 9 times. He's annoying as shit. But I can't believe I'll be tuned in
Oh,
absolutely
no
though.
doubt.
I cannot wait. I'll be absolutely tuned in.
Each and every
Yeah.
episode here, Media
Yeah,
Markets.
I need to be on. I need to get the invite because I would like to come back and to talk about that every episode because I'm doing a deep dive because
Yo, the Petty King, unreleased footage. I'm like,
and
whoa.
and that's just about 50. About now to get into like Diddy to Puppy to Sean Combs, like I mean, and granted, I know Diddy did have 50's baby moms and part of the freak offs too.
Yeah,
So
that was
there might
it.
be some extra motivations and incentive here on 50's side. But what is he going to reveal? Because I feel this is like no holds back. I feel this is like we what else don't we know? We've heard about the
Right.
parties, we heard about this, and he's saying that if never form footage and interviews, what does 50 have?
And this is Netflix. Like,
It
you
is
know
not.
it's real. You know it's exclusive.
It's the flicks. It's the biggest media mobile company in the world right now.
Yo.
And shout out to Diddy. Pray for the victims, of course. But I'll be tuned in for absolutely for shit show.
Yeah, I'll be tuned in and, definitely, praying for the victims. Absolutely. But this is insane. 50 Cent is doing this, and yeah, I mean it's on Netflix, the biggest media company in the world. Like, this is happening. Like, any Netflix has the best documentaries. What are better?
Yeah,
What There is no better documentaries than the Netflix one. So I mean this is going to be everywhere. This is going to be all over your timelines, all over your Instagram, your TikToks, these clips, all of this. This comes out next week. It's
next
not like,
week.
oh, get ready for next month. People forget about it. It's going to be out next week at the top of everyone's screen on Netflix as soon as you log in. And yeah, I
Dropping
expect
on a
it.
Tuesday. Dropping on
I,
a
ex-
Tuesday.
Tuesday. What are people doing on Tuesdays?
In December, in the crib, watching Netflix.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, yo. Chestnut checkers. But yeah, that's the latest on 50
Mm.
Cent and Diddy, the Diddy Netflix. Sean Combs, The Reckoning. It is coming out December 2nd. I'll be here to review each and every episode.
You,
What you
you
got?
know, I'm interested because I have a family member who is recently incarcerated, and cats do have tablets in jail now, in jail and prison. Like, what will Diddy be watching this? Is the nigga gonna have it on? Is
He
Diddy
definitely gonna
also
see some
tuned in?
clips. He gonna see some
Yeah, yeah,
clips.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You gonna
But
hear some
like,
clips, bro.
but how many niggas in where I think Diddy's in prison in Jersey right now? But how many niggas is bumping? It has that. I mean, it's blowing up, and that is in everyone's households, and everyone who is connected to the internet right now is tuning into Netflix on December 2nd to see what Diddy got going on.
The fact that Netflix is even involved, like, they were
The
like,
fact that
"Oh, we're good. Like, come on, let's do it."
mm, mm, mm,
Because
what a
anybody can be like,
world.
"Oh, we're good. We don't want to deal with the lawsuit, potential lawsuit, anything coming out." Netflix is like, "No, we are the drama. Let's do it." This
We are the
documentary drops
drama.
next week. The Reckoning, Sean Combs, executive produced by 50 Cent on Netflix. That was the
Um,
biggest part of this, on
yeah,
Netflix. Everybody's
absolutely.
gonna be tuned in. Everybody's gonna be tuned in. So we'll see those clips all throughout next week. I have my own clips to put up because I'll be reviewing each and every fucking episode here on the Media Market Show as we move on. So we talked so far, some things that happened around the NBA. Let's make sure the Wizards got it done. Wizards got it done. 132, 113. They got the W.
Nice.
Orlando up 89-62 right now over Philly. Get them up out of here. Take that shit back to Broad Street. But we talked DC Mayor Bowser as well. Quickly, I'll give and I don't have too much on this, so I won't even ask for a take here, Paris. I'm just reporting. But the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives renewed at Hulu. This is Deadline reporting. The Mormon Wives are officially returning to Hulu. The streamer has handed the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives another 20 episode order with plans to premiere season 4 in early 2026. So that is the latest on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, renewed at Hulu for season 4, 20 episodes. Congratulations to everybody involved there. I don't watch that show personally. I don't know any of the actresses, so I
Mm,
can't
they
be out
they're
with it.
getting money though. That's all I know.
No doubt. Hulu, ABC involved, Disney, and fourth season. 4 seasons is nice, man. You get to
Nice.
4, that means you're probably going to get to about 6. And if you get to 6, I mean that's the peak. I mean, there's very few shows
And
that get to eight seasons. I think Entourage is one of those. Blackish, I can think, got to 8 seasons. Obviously, like some of the old Good Times, shit like that. But a lot of
mm,
joints only do like 4 seasons. So congratulations to them. Hulu renews the Mormon Wives, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. All right, let's get into some football, man. Let's get into some NFL. You know, we're coming up 2 days on Thanksgiving, 2 days before Thanksgiving. We're here at Media Markets, November the 25th, 2025, 9:45 p.m. And we got 3 games this NFL Thursday. We got a Friday game as well, Friday day game, Black Friday, Eagles, Bears. So we'll talk about that. But the first one is up on the board. Well, let me actually get into it. We'll make this actual podcast. And we're back. Andy Up Consulting presents What's the Line podcast. I'm your guy, Media Marcus, running the pick and roll with my guy, Paris, prop guy, Paris, the prop god. And we're going to be kind of previewing, we're going to be previewing some of the action for the NFL this upcoming week. Not too much on the Sunday games, I can imagine, but any spreads that I like, I'll relay that. And then, 3 Thursday games for Turkey Day. Let's get into it. I mean, the first game on the board are my guy Dan Campbell and the Lions laying 2.5 points versus the Green Bay Packers. The game would be 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
on Thursday, Thanksgiving. Usually starts at 12:30 if you guys don't know. Breaking tradition, which is crazy, and subtly doing it as well. So yeah, I mean, this is a Detroit team. They won last week, didn't cover though. Didn't cover the week before either. It's a team that I said I'll be willing to back in any instance, and this is another one. So I have a best bet on the Lions, minus 2.5 points. See, it's going up to 3 on bookmaker. I'm just willing to back Dan Campbell, guys. And if I've done it so far, I actually did not bet them last week because the spread was 14, 13 and a half. I'm never laying 14. It's not happening. Just that number, period. But yeah, I mean, they're 1-2 their last 3, 0-2 their last 2 against the spread. I mean, what do you think about this game, Paris?
This game is interesting to me because this is a rematch game, I believe. I believe week 1 these two teams played, and the Packers kind of spanked the Lions, kind of really like gave them some humble pie, whatever. So but I like this spot for the Lions. I mean I'm really high on the Lions for now throughout the rest of the year. I don't think they leave the dome. I don't think they play a game outside for the rest of the year. So I'm really high on the Lions right now. I obviously they got the Jameis scare last week, classic Jameis, but that game was kind of crazy. But as more, I'm also not haven't really been impressed with this Packers team all year. I mean, and I know they got the one last week in division versus the Vikings, James McCarthy, but that has his own separate issues. But I think the Lions here is a huge game for the Lions at home. I don't think they get swept by this team. Both of these teams are looking up at the Chicago Bears right now, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the Bears are first place in the division, which is that, which maybe not to everybody, but I think the majority of people that kind of be surprising at the start of the year. These are probably the 2 favorites in the division right now, and I don't think the Lions get swept by the Packers here. So I mean, but I think this is going to be a great team, 2 heavy hitters. They are starting up a little bit later, breaking tradition to 12:30. I did not 100% bang with that, but because 12:30 is when I know to be situated, play food in hand, sitting down for the first game. A little back this year, so a little bit dip tight time, but classic lines at home, laying less than a field goal. I like that.
Yeah, same here. I mean, less than a field goal. I'm with the Lions here. I mean, this is like I said, willing to back with Dan Campbell each and every week. This is the best bet for me. Minus the 2.5 points. I'm not, he's 0-2 in the last 2 against the spread. I don't believe he's going to go 0-3. I don't believe he's going to get swept by a team in his division. This is Detroit Lions under Dan Campbell, 18-9 against the spread in division games. Let's go with them as the home favorite. Detroit is 17-12 against the spread, 58.6%. We got just a little under a field goal here. Then also, let's go to what else? Well, we did division games. Home team. Detroit 27-15 against the spread as a home team, 64.3%. Always willing to back Dan Campbell. Just took 2 L's against the spread. Cool. Let's do it again. Let's ride the ship. My bad. I'm thinking of that song. Like, what's the jump? Under the wham in a circle. Hey,
Oh, hey, take me through that.
take me through that. So yeah, take me through that. Dan Campbell in the Lions, best bet, minus the 2.5 points for
Mhm.
sure. Let's look into the next game on the board. We got, I'm all the way at week one because I had to double check with that week one game. But Kansas City at Dallas. Kansas City laying a 3.5 on the road. I see 3.5. That's the number. But what are
Mhm.
your thoughts on this one? I really don't. I know. I'll give you some stats. What are your initial thought on this one?
Initial thoughts. I mean, this is the schedule makers, TV makers, Super Bowl. I mean, this is gonna be the most watched game. This is probably whatever numbers come out after the game is like the most watched game in NFL history.
Yeah.
3 p.m. prime time, Cowboys, Chiefs dynasty. I mean, this is it right now. As far as the game itself, um, I think you can kind of, for the most part, throw some of the Cowboys' defensive stats out the window. I think the defense looks totally new and improved. I think
Mm-hmm.
Jera, at least in the short term, has been net positive. I think Quinn Williams has been really good for them. They've been much better against the run, and their pass defense has been but not break. So I think the trade deadline deals with the Cowboys, I think they kind of really got eviscerated for, at least in the short term, have proved to be very beneficial. Um, so that's on one hand. But the Chiefs have not looked good all year. I mean, I know they got the win last week with their back rig against the wall versus Chiefs, and Daniel Jones kind of reverted to the mean. I think on Indiana Jones now, but I think he reverted a little bit more to the mean. But the Chiefs, I haven't really been impressed with them all year. The offense still looks stagnant. They look everything just feels so difficult for the Chiefs. Like they're not really getting big plays or anything like that. They're kind of really grinding out these games. And the Cowboys, I know their offense is explosive. I mean, granted, they don't, if they had a better record, I think you probably see some more Dak in the MVP conversation. I
Yeah.
mean, they have Dak, who's playing at an all-time low right now, the best of his career, and the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL right now. I mean, these Pickens and CD, they create a lot of problems right now. I mean, the Chiefs' run defenses were really good. So, but I didn't think Dallas Cowboys don't care about running anyway. There's more excuse to just throw the ball, let that thing go. So, but I would not be really too pressed to fade. I mean, to back the Chiefs here on the road in Dallas, and I don't really want to grab the +3 with Dallas. I mean, I think this last week plus this week plus next Thursday against the Lions seems like just have a gauntlet of a schedule right now. So I know last week was like it was a huge game for them in comeback fashion. So I'd probably be more lenient to a Chiefs, maybe Chiefs first half kind of play going on. But I haven't looked into this game too much right at this point. But I think the 52.5 is a little high on the total.
Yeah, I think I'm certainly a stay away game for me. Popcorn game is as probably Keith would say. So
Yeah,
I
I just want
won't
to
be betting
watch.
either team on this spread for sure. Dallas though, this is the most. I looked at both team stats. Nothing jumped out. Dallas though, this is the only one. 12-8-1 against the spread as a home underdog since drafting Dak Prescott, 2016. So. But that's it. That's the most impressive stat. Every road favorite for Kansas City, like nah, they're about 48%.
Yeah.
Uh, not yeah, nothing else jumped out. So yeah, that's definitely how I feel. Last week I definitely thought obviously Mahomes needed the win, so I was kind of looking at his rushing attempts, which I think he certainly went over. Didn't pull the trigger there. I'm not sure if this game fits that mold specifically, but you don't want to go back to being 500 again. It's a team you should be able to beat. So maybe we do see him run a little bit more, but that might be juiced up. So
I,
not all the
I
way there yet.
I think as of right now, as things stand today, I think the Chiefs are out of the playoffs right now.
Right.
So they're absolutely in must-win mode. I think they're third in the division. So I mean, I think like less than 10% to win the division, but around 50-50 chance to make the playoffs. Granted, if they winning last week was huge. I think they lost last week. They're basically their chances were pretty much over. Winning last week was huge. So again, granted, it's a must-win for the Chiefs. I mean, but Dallas probably saying the same thing. It's a must-win for us, especially with Detroit next Thursday. Next Thursday, I mean, But again, like you kind of referenced what Keith will say, pure popcorn game for me. Maybe some live action, maybe some Rashid spam 4 yard catches, whatever. But I definitely will be tuned in. I think that's obviously the game of the year to date. Cowboys at home, Thanksgiving, prime time versus Chiefs. It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I agree there. Popcorn game for sure. The last game that we have though Thursday night is the Ravens versus the Bengals. Bengals catching 6.5 points. Joe Burrow returns. Lamar Jackson's been playing, but he doesn't look too healthy to me right now. They have a full day of
Mm.
full practice today. But what are your thoughts on this game? Because I'm leaning with the Bengals.
I have I don't have a real pick on the side. Um, I don't know. The only thing that keeps me away from going with the Bengals is just Joe Burrow as being a first game back, and Bengals have always kind of started slower when he's played. So I just don't know who he's going to look like first game back versus a Ravens defense, a Ravens team that's getting healthier and better kind of by the week. But the thing that I've not pulled the trigger yet. I haven't looked at the numbers yet. But my favorite play of the slate right now, at least of Thanksgiving slate, would be Magic Mike, our boy Magic Mike,
Okay.
the tight end for the Bengals, looking at his receptions. Whenever Magic Mike, he's a very schemed up, big tight end, more of like a slot wide receiver that is always talented. But the Bengals are maybe the two best wide receiver tandem in the year in the NFL to date. But whenever one of those big receivers are out, Magic Mike's usage goes skyrockets. Like and last week we saw it without Jamar Chase. Magic Mike first game back off injury report, and he's getting 7 or 8 targets, 6 catches, something like that.
Yeah.
And now, as he gets another week healthier, T. Higgins is not going to play this game. So now you got Jamar with no T. And this was a classic spot we were backing out all of last year. Whenever T. Higgins was out, Mike Gesicki had great games, great spike usage games. So his receptions right now with 3.5. I see that right now. Bet 65 minus 130, DraftKings minus 132. I like that a lot. That's gonna be my best bet in the slate right now. I haven't bet it yet. Just haven't line shopped it at all. But just look at the slate right now for the first time. That's my best bet for the Thanksgiving slate. Magic
Yeah.
Mike over 3.5 receptions.
I like that. I didn't think I actually saw someone put out his under today. But it was no one that I respected. I just saw, you see shit on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, they have the numbers there. T. Higgins will miss his game, concussion protocol. So Magic Mike did come off the schneid last week. He was the number one tight end. Noah Fan had 1 target, 1 catch. That was it. So yeah, I mean, definitely. I took him for get 6 receptions. I think he ended with 5. Just my luck. Got a little too greedy.
I thought he had 6. I think he
Nah,
had.
he ended with 5. He definitely did not
Mm.
end with 6. He definitely was getting the targets though, especially early, and they adjusted. But I'm actually going to stick with the tight ends here for another best bet. I mean, I'm looking. Well, I don't have it all together, so let me channel that back. But I mean, yo, who did the Bengals play last week? They played because somebody went off on their ass. Oh,
Bengals,
Hunter Henry.
he played the
They
Patriots,
played the
yeah.
Patriots. Hunter Henry went the hell off. Over 100 yards. He had 7 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Week before that, and though Pittsburgh doesn't use the tight end too much, Darnell Washington, usually a blocker. He's an extra blocker. That's what he's out there. Let's be honest. 4 for 67. 67, yeah, that would be a career high.
Yeah.
I would just assume that was a career high for Darnell Washington. Week 10, they had their bye. Week 9, Chicago they played. Colston Loveland, 6 for 118, 2 touchdowns, along with 58. I think we gotta attack this Bengals defense specifically against they didn't get rid of their coordinator. We gotta attack this defense. Mark Andrews, I'm looking at his receiving yards at 37.5 right now. I definitely think he can get over that. So I'm not fully there yet. I'll look at likely as well. Just for the fuck of it, like you gotta, because he's out there. They run a lot of 2 tight end sets.
I,
So,
I
so
mean, I think Andrews is probably who was a better bet than him per value for the numbers. The Mark Andrews scored a touchdown on Thursday.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I think he definitely
So
has value to score a touchdown, get those yards. And I'm sure his receptions are probably about like 4.5. But I like those receiving yards. So Definitely going to attack the Cincinnati Bengals defense versus the tight end. Not all the way there yet at what I'm going to exactly bet, but we're going to bet that, and we're going to parlay that as well. These are the kind of the 2-leg parlays that I'll do, plus 150, plus 148, whatever. It's good money. So we'll take advantage of that. So that'll be a play for me as well. We're on the tight ends on Thursday Night Football. It's going to be a tight end fiesta. So that is it. Sunday, I'm looking at the slate. Oh, Friday, we got a game. You got anything for the Bears and the Packers? Bears are, well, they've been winning, haven't they? But the
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles. Yeah, my fault. Bears and the Eagles. Eagles are laying 7 points at home. You got anything for this one?
No, I'm not there yet, honestly. It does seem like a lot of points for the Eagles right now, but just not there to Friday yet. I just got to make it Thanksgiving right now.
Absolutely, no doubt. I will absolutely. So please take that with a grain of salt. But Philly, I will say, under head coach Nick Sirianni, they're 22-13-2 against the spread as a home favorite. That's one of the spots that they've been really good in. So that's 62.9%, almost 63%. Do love that. So I definitely lean with the Eagles just from that perspective. I'm an ATS guy. Whatever when they stack up, the ATS trends usually 3 or better. I'm willing to pull the trigger. So I'm not all the way there, but I lean with the Eagles. As far as Sunday, I'm looking at the slate. I'm going to be on the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to be on the Cleveland Browns. I'm also going to be on the Arizona Cardinals because they're catching 3 right now. That's crazy. NFC West road dog. That's you already know how I get down with that. But so this is the Cleveland Browns team. Obviously, Shedeur Sanders. I'm not high on Kevin Stefanski. He's been one of the worst coaches against the spread since the start of last year. However, has covered his last 2 games, right? And one thing that I do know is one thing can change your fate in this game of against the spread and wins and losses. Regular. A quarterback. You look at Pete Carroll before he got Russell Wilson and after he let go of Russell Wilson. I'm not taking away, right? But when he had Russell Wilson, he was winning championship, always in a divisional, always in the conference final, NFC conference finals. They were always winning games. There were wins and losses when it comes down to that. And it's the same thing here. I think that Kevin Stefanski may have just gotten his guy, Shedeur Sanders. And a lot of people probably bring up that screen pass he threw that went for however many yards. But before then, he already won the fucking game. The game was already won. And just the sort of the plays that he made outside of the pocket, the Jerry Jeudy fumble could have went for like 20 more yards if he just kept going upfield or cut, like not stop, but just cut, make the
anything but what he did, honestly.
Yeah, anything but what he did. And I think that Shedeur obviously played well in his first start. He's going to be at home. We've seen him play in the cold. He played in Colorado, so I'm not worried about that. I think that they're in a good opportunity, especially when considering San Francisco is on the road, laying points, not catching them. They're laying points on the road on a short week after Thanksgiving holiday, and they are 2-11 against the spread after a win. Their last 13 wins. I'm going to be all over the Cleveland Browns this week. No regret. So I think that Kevin Stefanski just got something just came in, is just shining on him, and something that helps you win is quarterbacks, i.e. Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson. I think Stefanski just got his guy. But yeah, he's been one of the worst coaches over the past season against the spread. But I think that Shedeur Sanders is going to help him out with that. So the Cleveland Browns will be a best bet for me. That's all really Sunday that I was looking at. It's What's the Line podcast, Media Marcus. We're reaching up on an hour here. It's 10:04 p.m. So I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate you all for listening and tuning in. Paris is jumping back in. And we're at the final stages here. But yeah, I'll be all on the Browns this week. And then I got the Arizona Cardinals catching 3 points against Tampa Bay. That might change because I don't know if Baker's playing or not.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Yeah, it looked like it opened at 6.5. But looks like Baker may not play. So, but either way, like Teddy Bridgewater is terrible. I'm sure he's a good guy. Listen, I'm sure Teddy Bridgewater is a good guy. if I seen him out right now and like my car broke down, I think he would help me. Like Scott doesn't know me from anybody. I think that Teddy Bridgewater would help me. But listen, he's not that great. He's not very good. Listen, I'm not willing to back Teddy Bridgewater against the spread in any fashion. He's laying points now.
Yeah,
In his first start since when?
that's tough.
Yeah, not doing it. Arizona Cardinals. I didn't even mention the Arizona Cardinals against the spread. Road dog, NFC West road dog. Since draft, I always use it since drafting Kyler Murray. He's still on the team. I know he might not play. It is what it is, but these are my stats, and I do the hell I want. But since 2019, Arizona Cardinals 14 and 2 against the spread as a road dog, 67.4%. And non-division games since that same span, 44 and 27 against the spread, 62%. Arizona Cardinals are. I am always willing to back an NFC West road dog. Teddy Bridgewater laying points. Sign me up.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up, B. I'm on the other side. So those are two best bets for me. I'm certainly going to play the Browns this weekend, and I'll be playing the Arizona Cardinals as long as they're catching points. So, yeah, Paris, I mean, what do you think about those plays? I know you don't got too much for Sunday.
I mean, I'm right there with you with Teddy. I mean, I hear all the stories about how how like he was doing a lot of work in the community, like a great black man mentor to the youth. Yeah, I mean, he can't play, so I'm with you 100% about that. And I'm not mad with the Cleveland. I mean, I think that's a great spot to buy the Browns right there. Especially the Niners come off the prime. Even though granted they didn't look that good, but still
No.
come off a prime time win. They're going on the road to Cleveland
To the cold.
to the cold. I mean, then you got Miles Garrett who's on this historic pace. I mean, and then getting a field goal plus. I mean, I love that spot back in the Browns right there. I think that's a great and bump everything I feel anyway. The data's the data. The numbers that's the best thing about the numbers. Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to take what you know out of it. It's a weird shaped ball that does weird things. It's rely on the numbers, and this is the data saying.
Yeah.
So who am I? Who am I to be anti the data? So
What
I'm
do you
right
think
there with
about?
you.
Yeah.
I'm right there
Yeah.
with you. And then, NFC West, I mean, you've been that for years now. It's been super profitable. NFC West World Dogs just take the number, bro. The line's the line.
Close your eyes and hit the button, bro. Like I'm not in Arizona Cardinals. Last time I bet them was the NFC West road dog. They got blown out. I think it was the week after the Cowboys, which is
Yeah.
fine. But the spot before that, and the spot before that, and the spot before that, they covered. So that's 75%. So they're
Shit,
very
me.
good. Listen, yo. The data is the data. Who the fuck are we? The data. We go with the data. I'm always willing to go with my ATS stuff at the closing line because I think it was 2 years ago. I just realized why the fuck am I betting this 2 hours before the game? All of
Hmm.
my ATS information is at the closing line only. That's what it is. So I bet 5 minutes before the game. That's where we are, man. What's the line podcast? Media Marcus, my guy Paris pulled up.
Man,
Man. Let's see
great to
some
be here,
success.
man. Great to be
Hey,
here.
fantasy football heating up, baby.
Oh, well, the guy's trending up back in the playoff picture.
Yo, it's been a couple of years, man. Been a couple of years. Got to get this W this week. Trying to pull off some things. So, you know what I mean. You already know. You already know. You already know what I'm on. So, shout out to that though. It's been fun, competing and seeing some guys free fall and I'm in Missouri on Monday, so that should be fun. I'm actually about to hit your phone after this because, I'm trying to take advantage of all those free bets. I need an extra phone or something because you know how I can get. So a tablet or something. I gotta take something else. But yeah, so I'll hit your phone about that, man. I appreciate you for
For sure.
popping up. Appreciate you all for listening, tuning in. We talk What's the Line podcast, NFL, NBA. We talk L. Duncan. Once again, congratulations to her. Talk 50 Cent Diddy, that Netflix documentary. And yeah, we talked a lot of other things. DC Mayor Bowser as well. Mormon wives. And actually, one more thing before we
What's
get out
up?
of here. Anniversary, Keith Sweat, 1989, I think was the year. Make it last forever. Celebrating an anniversary, Keith Sweat. This is the album that came out 38 years ago, November 24th, 1987. Had obviously the hit single "Make It Last Forever," but it also had, and I had to get into my bag with this one, "How Deep Is Your Love," which Wiz
Wow.
Khalifa, sampled for the Cabin Fever 2, "Deep Sleep," which is a very near and dear song now. And endless wake and bakes. Endless wake and bakes of that going in college. So, I mean, how do Make It Last Forever, 1987. What do you think about Keith Sweat overall?
I think a lot of the aunties, a lot of the unks had a lot of great times to make it last forever. A lot of us around here today because of Keith Sweat, that
Yeah.
album. Keith Sweat's a bull. What happens? Obviously, he's more like obviously like a one hit wonder. But when you got that one song that just like transcends everything, like yeah, like everything is done for you is great, but do you ever start to build some animosity because you always had to perform it? That's like what your nigga when you're in a grocery store, niggas start singing to you randomly. Like do you what how does that if you have like a one smash hit that is automatically associated to you until perpetuity? How does that evolve with you? Like
Yeah, I'm thinking of the guy that did Return of the Mac.
yeah,
That's the perfect example. I know niggas is I think he's in jail, prisoner right now. I know niggas is
oh
pulling
really?
up singing that shit. I know he
Definitely.
pulling up singing that shit, bro. Like, yo, that was my shit.
Return of the Mac.
Return of the
Yeah, Mark
Mac.
Morrison.
Yeah, Mark
Wow.
Morrison.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, but obviously, shout out to Keith Sweat, man. He's a bull. I've seen him in other couple of shows. He's very like a pretty fun and charismatic cat. He looked pretty lit. He's like someone I've met before many times. Like
Yeah.
he's just a bull. Keith
I
Sweat.
gotta be honest, yo. Keith Sweat is still that nigga. Like,
Definitely, absolutely.
there's no doubt about it. I feel like, all right, first of all, Keith Sweat. We talk about the Make It Last Forever. He got the hits. The joint would come close. Get Up on It. That's the name of that song. How
Yeah,
Deep Is Your Love? He's a record, but he's also like just a smooth brother. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely.
a smooth guy. Like get the ladies off his OG tip now, but they be showing up. I think he has a Punta Cana like festival or some shit yearly.
Yes. Yeah.
Like my nigga, I can only imagine what's going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what the people are really showing up for. Like, oh, like if you are, and I'm not just talking about Keith Sweat. I'm talking about his fans and the people. Like if I'm an OG, I'm pulling up to that. Like I got my
Absolutely.
ticket. I got my
If,
ticket
if,
early.
if I see Sweat doing Jamaica hedonism, I'm pulling up. I'm
Good
pulling
linen,
up. See my dog, good linen. Yeah, let's see what Sweat talking about.
bro. He know he bringing out the ladies. Like you
Like,
know what I mean?
what
Like
else would
this,
he do?
bro. Black don't crack. Like the 50-year-olds now don't look like the 50-year-olds from the 80s. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can really catch a vibe with Keith Sweat. I know this girl who sings backup for Keith Sweat, Maya Million. Shout out to her. She's done incredible things. But whenever I see her on, she like has a lot of like behind the scenes with him and stuff. And the brother's just smooth, man. He bring the
Yeah,
ladies out. He could bring some young ones out too. Like don't get it
nigga,
twisted.
what,
Keith Sweat can bag your 30-year-old shorty. Like don't miss Ben Mr.
bro?
Stale Girl.
Don't
The
even play
original.
with. Yeah, don't even play with the ball. I'm already sure, and the fact he's still a test of time too. And surviving in the business is one thing, but then I mean, nah, Sweat's that dude. No question about it. No doubt in my mind. Sweat is that guy. If
Always
I
on
if
tours.
yeah, always about his chicken too. Fuck with
Yeah.
Sweat.
Shout out to Keith Sweat, the OG of OGs, brother.
Shout out to Keith Sweat.
1987, Make It Last Forever, anniversary, the album. Man, I'm gonna play this once I get out of here. You know what I mean? I might be out in the city this weekend or something. I might have to play the Keith Sweat. We celebrating the anniversary. It's Thanksgiving weekend. A little long,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Hell yeah. So that's the latest here. Media Marcus. Once again, Paris, appreciate you pulling up. And
man.
I
Appreciate
appreciate
for
all
having
of
me.
you. Absolutely. I appreciate all of you for listening, tuning in. We're going to chop this up, put out the What's the Line podcast tomorrow. And you'll see these clips surface. And let's get some good views. And yeah, let's get it. Be back tomorrow sometime after the challenge and after Abbott. And then Thursday, I'll be here around 11 a.m. So see you
All
guys
right.
then. Appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Shit.
Happy Thanksgiving. Let's get this money.